What's up guys, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be discussing if you have what it takes to be a full-time musician. So the purpose of this video is really to help you realize just how much it's going to take in order to do this full-time. And that goes basically for doing anything full-time that is not a typical 9 to 5 where someone else sets your routine and your structures and you have an exact amount that you know you're getting paid per week or per month. So this could go for being a musician full-time, this could be for running your own music business full-time, this could be for being an actor full-time, anything kind of in the creative field. Obviously I'm going to try aim it towards musicians, but this goes for anything. So there are going to be 3 main things that I talk about. Number 1 is going to be drive and work ethic. Number 2 is going to be failure and how you handle it. And number 3 is going to be your circle. So let's start off with number 1, drive and work ethic. I know it's a little cheesy guys, but the old saying stands true. Hard work beats talent always, 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 always. I know so many talented people that are honestly pathetic, and I know this sounds harsh, but honestly, you know, they could be doing so much more with the natural talent that they've been given. But it's just not the case. And you see over time, you know, and I have another saying which I like, which is talent is a sprint, hard work is a marathon. And kind of what that means is that over the short term, talent might beat hard work, you know. Say someone's a really good singer and they were just born with that innate ability to sing really well. And you're not as good a singer of them, you know, you wish you could be as good as them. And yes, you know, for the first year that you start singing, or 2 or 3 or even 5, you might not be as good as them. Well, you won't be as good as them, but over time, you will become better at them if they just don't work at their craft and they just think, you know, oh, I'm the shit, I can sing so well, I don't need to work on this. And you're working every single day at this. I promise you, over time, eventually you are going to be better than them. It's inevitable. So I also want to give you guys some productive ways to actually increase your drive, your motivation, if you don't have that motivation there. Because I've been there, guys. You know, even just a year ago, I was at the point where I was pretty low. I had really, really low energy, really low drive. So I hope these things are going to help you. So the first one is going to be exercising daily. This is something I do now. You know, 30 minutes to an hour daily really makes such a difference when it comes to your energy levels and then in turn your drive. So what I started doing is just going for a run every single day. And now I'm starting to hit the gym every single day, kind of getting back into that. But man, it's helped so much. I thought, you know, my thinking before was, oh, I'm already so tired. I have such low energy, you know, I don't have the energy to go to the gym. I can't afford to go to the gym or to work out or to run, because if I do it, then I'll have completely no energy and I'll feel even worse. But, you know, looking back on it now, it's such backward thinking, because going to the gym really does, or running really does, increase your energy levels, and then in turn allows you to be more productive. Another thing that kind of links to exercising daily is having regular sleep patterns. It's so important to have a regular sleep pattern, and this is something I'm learning more and more too, especially waking up at the same time. You want to try go to bed at the same time every night, but especially waking up at the same time every morning is so important. Otherwise your circadian rhythm is just completely out. The third thing is going to be diet. So I used to eat pretty bad, guys. I would eat, you know, chips and just not proper meals at mealtime, or like instant noodles all the time, or, you know, just a lot of carbs and like pastries and muffins and things like that. And that, you know, that makes you feel really lethargic, and it really decreases your energy levels. So diet is a really important thing. So you want to make sure that you're getting a lot of protein, definitely enough protein, especially if you're working out. And you want to really limit your carb intake and make sure that you're eating a lot of fresh things, guys, like eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, and not as many processed things like, you know, chips and very sugary drinks and everything like that. Try stick to water if you can for drinks. The last thing I'm going to speak about here is meditation. And I know some of you might think, oh, meditation, this. It's this, like, you know, out there thing that only monks do or whatever. That was kind of my thinking when I started. I was like, meditation? I don't need to meditate, bro. Like, that's not going to help me. But I started meditating. I do 10 minutes every night just before I go to bed. And honestly, it helps me so much because I can get overwhelmed very quickly, especially if I have a lot on my plate, like I have a to-do list every day. And if I see so many things on my plate, sometimes it can, "Oh, how am I going to get this done today?" But meditating really helps just calm me down and de-stress me and kind of puts me in the mind state of like, yes, okay, take it one task at a time. You don't have to do all these 15 things at once right now. So stop thinking about that and just focus on the task that's in front of you. And I've really found it helps with that, along with other things. So yeah, I would really recommend meditating. If you can't do 10 minutes, start off with just 5 minutes. And eventually I'm trying to get to 20 minutes, but I'll stick to 10 for right now. Now, the second thing I'm going to speak about is failure. So I only have one really important question to you, and that is, how do you view and handle failure? Because failure can really break you if you let it. And if you let it break you, all your momentum towards whatever goal or, dream you're working towards is going to be lost. So I really think that you need to retrain your brain in order to see failure as a crucial step for your advancement. And honestly, if you can, try and be grateful for failure. And I know that sounds crazy, but since I've started becoming grateful for failure, it's totally changed my perception on failure, and I'm not scared of failure anymore. And this is because without failing, you wouldn't see your flaws in whatever you're trying to achieve. So like me, for example, this business, when I first started out, I had an issue with client retention, which is, once I have a client, keeping them on for months and months and months on end. I'd have a couple clients, and then next month I'd have totally different clients, and I couldn't figure out why clients were not staying and why clients were leaving. And so, I was trying to find all the information I could on client retention and see how I could implement more in my business. And I realized after a while that I just wasn't providing enough value. My service was not valuable enough for these clients to stick around. And so that was a huge thing I had to realize. But I'm so grateful that I could realize it now, like early on in my business, like a year ago, instead of in 3 years or 5 years when my business is much bigger and I have, way more monthly expenses. If something as fundamental as client retention was not set in place in my business for 5 years' time, and I had $10,000 of monthly expenses, think what that's going to do to my business. That's going to crush my business, right? If I have $10,000 I need to pay for expenses every month, but something as fundamental as client retention is not working, my income is going to plummet, and then I won't be able to pay for all my expenses, and I'll have to go bankrupt and my business will be lost. So you need to think of things like that, just be really grateful that you've figured out what you have when you have. Like, I almost wish that I could fail more, and I'm just trying to speed up the process of failing for everything because it's going to show me everything I need to change. And I think that's a way more valuable way to look at failure rather than, being scared of failure and not trying in the first place. So you really have to allow failure to build you up instead of break you down. I think that's kind of the underlying message here. So the third and final point of the video is going to be your circle. So guys, honestly, who you keep around you is going to tell me everything I need to know about you. Me, for example, I really have a tight group of people, and I really wouldn't even call them friends because I don't like the word friends, because to me, friends are people that you just waste time with. I don't like wasting time. And I know this might sound extreme to people, and this might sound like, like I'm an extremist and that I take this a bit too far, and fine, if you think that, that's totally fine. But to get to the top in whatever you want to do, if you want to be the best singer, the best rapper, the best recording artist in general, or say, for example, the best touring artist, you want to have the best sets to intrigue people, you have to give it your all, guys. You have to give these dreams your all. You cannot waste time getting drunk with friends, doing drugs with friends, talking about random bullshit with friends. It's not worth it. And this is not for everyone, okay? This video is not going to be for everyone because a lot of people don't have this drive within them, but I do. And I know there are going to be a couple of you that watch this that have this drive as well. So you are who I'm talking to. So if you're one of these people, you really want to try cut out those friends that only want to go drinking, that want to do drugs with you, and people that only talk about other people. If you have a friend and every time you hang out or you're around each other, they're talking about other people more than they're talking about themselves, that should show you that there's a fundamental issue with that person. Because if they have so little going on for themselves that they're proud of and that they have to talk about, and all they can do is gossip about other people, Billy, look what Billy did on the weekend. He went and got drunk with... No one cares, bro. I don't care what Billy did on the weekend. I don't want to hear about what Billy did on the weekend. I don't give a shit. If you're not telling me interesting things about you and your self-improvement and your journey, and things that you're discovering, which in turn can give me insight and wisdom, and then in turn I can give that back to you, I don't want to talk to you. I don't even want you in my life. That, like, at that point, it's just nonsense, right? And yes, once again, I know this is extreme. I know this is not going to be for everyone, but that's where I'm at. And I know there are going to be other people that watch it that are like that as well. So guys, the bottom line is, if you're one of these people, you know, and you feel this drive inside of you to become the best or whatever you're doing, a lot of you that watch this, it'll probably be recording artists. But there might be something else a bit niche too, you know, and that's totally fine. This applies to you as well. You really have to put yourself first, and you have to say no to a lot of people, and you have to just be absolutely bloodthirsty in terms of self-development and reaching your goal. And you can't take no for an answer. You can't listen to other people's bullshit when they tell you that you can't do it. You have to block everything out. Guys, look at me. I'm a kid from South Africa, right? I now live in Vancouver. I run my own business. I have a network of people that I can rely on for different things, but I would never have got there if I did not put myself first. And it's funny, guys, when you actually put yourself first, people start respecting you. And it's something that I've noticed, especially the important people. When you put yourself first, the important people in your life are going to start respecting you. And those that don't respect you, it's fine, because let me tell you something, they're not worth it anyway. If they're not going to respect you when you say, like, listen, no, I don't want to. Well, firstly, if they're asking you to just go out and drink in the first place, that's probably not someone you want around. But if you do say no to them and they get all upset and whatever, that's fine. It means they weren't meant for you in the first place, so let them go. But yeah, guys, if you're one of these people that really feel that inside of you, please reach out to me. You know, my inbox is always open. Email, text, DM. Reach out to me and I'll do everything I can to help you, because I really think that it's important. And you know, I don't think people talk about this enough in music. I hear it in a lot of other elements of my life, in fitness and you know, reading and all these self-development things. But in terms of musicians, I felt like for a long time I was lost, and I didn't have anyone to look up to that could really show me what to do or tell me what I needed to do. And I fell into traps, guys, of like hanging out with the wrong people, doing drugs, wasting nights, you know, and it's not worth it. And from someone that's been there, done that, I promise you it's not worth it. If you're young, it's not worth it. So take my advice on this. But yes, like I said, my inbox is always open, even if you just want to chat about this. So you know, if you're one of those people, shoot me a message and let's chat about it. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a bit of a longer video than usual, and also, you know, a bit of a rant, and it comes across as a little aggressive, and it's not going to be for everyone. But I think it was an important video to make, because I know how desperately I would have loved to see something like this from people I looked up to in the music space, you know, 3-4 years ago. So I'm hoping that I can have the same impact on someone or a couple people with this video. As always, there'll be a PNG download. The ones for this video is just going to be some of the key points of this video that I want to outline for you guys. So be sure to grab that and print that out, and you know, keep that around. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you in another video.